Good morning, comrades. As an Antifa News special correspondent, I'm your host, Miguel, allegedly. I wanted to do a special correspondence about yesterday's events, which I'm sure everybody saw. I appreciate the number of people checking in on me. I'm doing okay. I'm very much shaken by the events and just very much would like to forget about this shit, because this was one of the most intense days of my fucking life. But the reason I need to make an Antifa News special correspondence is because we have right-wingers in this community spreading lies, spreading misinformation, and trying to paint a false narrative about what happened yesterday. As the journalist on the ground, as one of the journalists on the ground, I'd like to be very clear what actually happened. We'll lay these events out, front to finish, make sure everybody knows the fucking truth, because I do not want people spreading lies. Here's the thing. Sylvester Park, there were only about 20 or so comrades. And, I paint this as a little bit of, I'm bitter, I'm angry, I'm like, where are our comrades? Where were the people that said they would show up at our side for something like this? Where are the anti-fascists? Because, we determined the size of our crowd, and we had people driving by the Capitol, and we saw that they had 50 plus Proud Boys. Just Proud Boys. I mean that. Just Proud Boys. Or patriot types, but not. Basically, their entire rally was there for a fight. Their entire rally was there for violence. And normally they bring in half just old people with flags and young kids woo. So because of this determination, because we saw the crowd differentiation, we decided to go ahead and take a walk. People were like, yeah, we're not going to go up to the Capitol. This is too much of a risk. We do not want to fight them. I'm like, all right, we all determined that was the best move. And so we held a small march around downtown and wrapped over to City Hall, where Candace Mercer, running for Olympia City Council, was supposed to be holding a video shoot. Now, I want to be very clear. Candace Mercer is such a fascist that she is one of the main people spreading misinformation about what happened yesterday. We'll talk about her Twitter statement in just a second. But essentially, she wrote a whole article about this that's just complete lies. Complete fabrication of the events at hand. So, people are down at City Hall, just holding it safely. And this is where Candace probably coordinates very much with these Proud Boys. She is protected by them, she thinks. But basically, we're at City Hall. We start to get reports that the Proud Boys are coming downtown, and it's a whole mob of them, and they're all with their bear spray, their bats, their batons, ready for to attack anybody. And, we were like, let's try to hold this down. Let's try to hold down City Hall. We hate City Hall, but I don't, at this point, they're coming for violence. And that's when we heard them coming around the corner, screaming, fuck Antifa, like they do. And at that point, that's when all of us looked at each other and we're like, holy shit, we can't do this. We can't hold this down, right? At the very least, not safely. And at that point, I'm spotted by most of the Proud Boys, and all of them, like a lynch mob, start screaming, there's Miguel, there's Miguel. Let's get him, let's kill him. Kill Miguel, kill Miguel. They said the same thing about Alyssa Azar. Our comrade from down in Portland. And she was actually directly targeted later. They were just trying to catch me, but I was running too fast. That's the thing. At that point, they start screaming our names, and the mob starts sprinting after us. At that point, we all realize that we cannot hold this ground. So we run. We are being chased down by a racist mob with bats, right? And we're all sprinting for our fucking lives. And at that point, we get in front of Equal Latin. That's where a skirmish breaks out because, let's be fucking real. Everybody was running for their lives. The Proud Boys jumped somebody, threw them to the ground, threw their head against a pole, bear maced them. Then they opened the door to Equal Latin, bear maced all inside. All inside. They hate that business. Luckily, nobody was seriously injured. The staff were just coughing it out for a little bit. But essentially, yeah, this happened. They attack us there. And at that point, we all get up and we start fucking booking it. Running for our fucking lives. They chase us probably half a mile, probably not a half a mile, quarter mile. We're dipping through alleyways, dipping through all these places. And we get to the transit center. And that's where things happen. Things happen that there's also misinformation about. Essentially, a Proud Boy leader, Tiny, I think it's Toeste, whatever, Tiny got shot. Everybody knows Tiny. Tiny got shot in the foot. There's a lot of speculation about what's going on right now, but if you weren't on the ground, I'd urge you not to talk about it. Because, by all accounts, it looks like two things. First of all, the police reported a self-injury / possible friendly fire. So it looks like it was either literally a self-injury or friendly fire, or as somebody defending themselves. And it wasn't. So, yeah, at the end of the day, it by all reports, it sounds like it sounded like on the ground somebody was there and saw what was going on. No, it was definitely it seemed like a Proud Boy shot a gun at the people running for their lives and accidentally got their boy in the foot. And that's fucking hilarious. And also, apparently there were 2 separate stabbings in that little group. And by all accounts, none of us were injured that much. People got out, people did get injured, but everybody got out and everybody is as safe as we can be. But at the end of the day, they stabbed 2 of their own fucking boys. So I take that as a small success over yesterday. But here's the thing. This is where it gets fucking wild. Because not only are local right-wing Facebook groups trying to claim, Olympia looks like shit, Olympia News Network, Thurston County Scanner, I just want to be clear who they are. Not only are they trying to claim that I was the one that shot Tiny, but also that crowd of people then ran into a bus with a gun, held it against the bus driver's head and were like, drive up, drive up. What the actual goddamn fuck? It's all lies. They hit their own boy, and then people sprinted for their fucking lives. And I'll tell you what, it's a good thing too, because if it had not been for Tiny shooting himself in the foot or getting shot in the foot, we would not have made it out of there alive. I mean, at that point, we were nearly at our wits' end for where we were going to go. And luckily, we were able to find a place for us to dip into. And then, D-block, and they take care of people, take care of medical attention, all that, it was literally Tiny getting shot. That was a perfect window of opportunity because all the Proud Boys started gathering around him crying, oh, our dear leader. I'm going to tell you, I am 95% sure that man's a fucking snitch. He's got to be an informant. He's Enrique Tarrio vibes. Jesus. So, yeah, that's one piece of misinformation. I want to say, first of all, you guys are fucking liars. Miguel allegedly does not own a 9mm and did not shoot Tiny in the foot. But I'll tell you what, even if I did, that would have been fucking hilarious. Oh god, Tiny got his first shot at an anti-vaccine rally. So yeah, that's kind of some of the misinformation being spread. But then I wanted to talk about one more person who everybody needs to hate. I mean, we all fucking do hate her in this town. Candace Mercer. We have to talk about Candace Mercer again because here's the thing. First of all, didn't find this out until later in the evening. But somebody who's a neighbor of hers reported that, leading up to yesterday, there were multiple, Proud Boy vehicles at her place. So Candace Mercer is giving her house out as, a plotting ground for Nazis, terrorists. Jesus Christ. People should FBI probably keep an eye on her. But the other part, and where Candace is just, unhinged, is she got on her Twitter this morning. And she made a post. She said, actually it was last night, but she made a tweet saying that Proud Boys defended her. Proud Boys protected her, and that a Proud Boy had taken a shot for her. She posted our little thing about Candace Mercer having a video shoot and what we should do to disrupt it. And she was like, they were threatening me, and Proud Boys came out to clear this place out and make sure they couldn't assault me. And I'm like, she is really lying, just lying about everything. It's time for a defamation lawsuit, Candace. I mean that. You hate what I do, but my work is obviously gonzo. You were pretending to be a fucking unbiased journalist, and you are literally a Nazi. You were a Nazi. You were teamed up with white nationalists, with the Proud Boys, with fucking fascists. You're a fascist piece of shit. Because for you to say the Proud Boys were the ones who protected me, are you fucking kidding me, Candace? Are you kidding me? That's not what happened. You had Proud Boys. If you want to say that you were on the same page and they came and protected you, then that means we should hold you accountable for what happened. It means you coordinated with them to get them to come to City Hall and just fucking terrorize people, beat people, attack people. They didn't even just attack anti-fascists. There were three black kids that were hanging out that got chased down an alleyway by them. Another person was pregnant. So, yeah, congratulations, Candace, for inciting fucking terror. And, yeah, I'm talking to a lawyer, Candace. Like, you do not get to say these things about this narrative of what happened. No Proud Boy took a shot for you. They shot themselves, A, and B, it was blocks away from the city hall. What are you talking about? Nobody cared that much about you. People were just running for their fucking lives. So, yeah, Candace, fuck you. You were goddamn terrible. So as you can tell, my emotions are a little bit high. Yesterday was a very intense day. I don't think I've ever really feared for my life as much as I did then. And I don't know. The game is going to change. Comrades, I need you to know I'm going to take a small break from being on the ground. From my mental health, this was enough for me to get kind of wrecked, like, mentally. It's been coming for a while. Activist burnout is a real thing, and as an anti-fascist, like, this last year has been intense, but at the end of the day, I think it's time. I think I'm going to take a small break. Of course, I'll still be doing my reporting, still be doing Antifa News, still making videos, you know. I just mean more, like, in terms of actual high-risk situations where I'm going to focus on protecting myself. Because here's the thing, if comrades want to help out, I'm going to put out a mutual aid request in the next couple of days. You know, for that mob literally having a target on my back now, trying to say that I was the one that shot Tiny. And for that mob, like, literally having a target on my back because of my journalism, I need to get armed. I know this is something we talk about, arm the left, and I need to get officially armed. So if you're willing to help out, please Venmo or Cash App, allegedly Miguel. Because otherwise, like, I need to defend myself. I'm scared. Things are heating up across this country. I know we all know it, but the fascists are building up something even bigger. This was enough of a fucking terror attack for Olympia. And yeah, they are, like I said, building something bigger. They're building something bigger. So, yeah, comrades, the Antifa News Network will continue, always, but at the end of the day, it's time to focus more on small group tactics, you know. That's what I'm thinking about. That's what I think we're heading into. People talk so much about the Civil War, and the best thing that we're really going to do is we're going to train with each other, train with our comrades, get armed, and be ready for when shit hits the fan, because that's where we're headed. I do not see an effective way to counter them for a little while. They can use my words as they fucking want. At the end of the day, they fucking committed terror, and they feel so great about it because they are sacks of shit. They're fucking terrorist fucks. And Candace Mercer, you were, like, absolute trash as a person, an absolute trash human being. You had 6 people show up for your little flash mob. Is that what the Proud Boys were protecting? I think you might be lying, because otherwise you would have had the Proud Boys show up to your event afterwards and been like, yes, we support Candace. So, Candace, stop teaming up with Proud Boys. Stop letting them use your house to plot domestic terror here in Olympia, Washington. Stop. Stop. Stop being a racist. Stop going after me because I'm a brown journalist who called you out because you're friends with the Proud Boys. You're a piece of shit. So yeah, that's... Honestly, comrades, I'm okay. Okay, just... We're gonna move forward. We're gonna move smarter than them. We always have, you know. Be water, spread fire, be malleable. Like, continue learning. I just... At the end of the day, this event was fucking terrifying, and I don't love reliving it over and over, especially the amount of times I have to talk about it last night. But at the end of the day, an Antifa News special correspondence is very, very necessary, because these people are trying to take us down, trying to spread false information. Hey, Olympia News Network, Thurston County Scanner, not Bard's Eye actually this time, fucking surprised. We'll see, he'll probably put out Candace's little fucking statement. But, yeah, you guys all need to fuck off and, like, stop spreading lies. Like, they're literally your Facebook comments. If you guys were actually unbiased in your coverage, you would go through the Facebook comments and you would delete where they're saying, I shot Tiny. But fuck Tiny. So, yeah, that's our Antifa News special correspondence. I hope everybody's well. Cheers.